Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and welcome back to PokeMMO. The boycott is officially over. The first boycott ever in PokeMMO history, scheduled from March 16th to March 22nd into 2026. Now, this was a lot, and I have three main emotions that I want to talk about today. I'm really excited to get back to actually playing PokeMMO and enjoying the game that I love. I'm a little frustrated / bummed out that we didn't get any direct communication from the developers, no forum posts during this boycott period, and I'm also weirdly hopeful towards the future. Because even though we haven't heard any word yet, I think it's always possible that this could plant some seeds towards better communication in the future. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going to move in a different direction where I just focus on my enjoyment of the game and playing the game and the things that I can personally control. Let's slow things down and go point by point. And first things first, probably the most important part of this entire video, I have to give a massive thank you to anyone who participated in the boycott. My video and words would mean nothing without so many of you actually putting your money and time where your mouth is at and be willing to give up something that you enjoy for a full week just to send a respectful message. It was genuinely a lot to ask of you guys to take a full week off of PokeMMO, and I can't thank you enough to everyone who participated. This boycott was a way to show numbers and show how many people have a problem with the current state of certain parts of the game and wish for them to be changed for what we believe is the better. Now, obviously, the boycott was not perfect, and I've been very open and vocal about that, especially in the comment section. There was a lot of really good critique and discussion about that in the comment section of that video, if you're interested in checking that out in detail. But I do think for the first ever boycott or physical protest in PokeMMO history, aside from like less than 1 hour riots, which I've also hosted in game, I think we did a pretty damn good job, and I think it's a step in the right direction. Even if we don't see immediate change yet, I would have obviously loved to see a forum post from the staff addressing our complaints, but ultimately that is out of our control. We can only do what we can do. And I'm just so damn proud that we as a community at least tried our best, and I'm hopeful that maybe in the future this boycott could be kept in mind, kept in the back of the devs' mind, moving forward with their decisions. This was a way for us to physically make an impact and not just sit around talking all day, as I dread that kind of behavior. I never want to be someone who just complains about something constantly while never striving to actually make a difference or improve my circumstance. And obviously, in a situation like this, there's only so much we can do. The next step would actually be adjusting, at least personally for me, I'll speak for myself, adjusting my mentality and just focusing more on enjoying the parts of the game that I do love. I think this boycott overall was a good way for our voices to be heard, and if we ever do something like this in the future, I think we learned a lot from this one and can do a much better job. But as I've teased at, for me personally, I think this is going to be my final hurrah, at least for a fair bit of time, when it comes to critiquing PokeMMO at mass scale. As I get older, I'm coming on 28 years old this year, I really just want to focus on enjoying the game that I love because I still do absolutely love PokeMMO. I don't want to spend all my time talking about the game and talking about how we could make it better when the game, in my opinion, is still in a great state overall. It has some major problems, don't get me wrong, but if I can still have fun with it, I'd rather focus on that fun every day as opposed to waking up miserable, thinking about the negatives every day. I have to reiterate once again before I say this that I am a big fan of critique, and I think productive discussion is how we improve as a society in pretty much every way of life, especially in video games. But at the same time, I do think the current era of the internet is teaching people how to find the bad in good situations, or rather how to focus on it. There are positives and negatives to absolutely everything in life, and you can choose whether you want to spend your time thinking about one or the other. And unfortunately, some people aren't privileged enough to be in that position. Sometimes things are so negative, their focus must be put towards that thing. I understand that fully. However, with PokeMMO being a video game, we don't have to focus on the negatives. We can just enjoy the game if we want to. I think positive advocacy for positive changes is very important, and I commend and respect those moving forward who want to keep working towards that change. I myself, for my own life, happiness, and mental health, I would like to move forward with just starting to enjoy the game again. And I just hope that people can respect those wishes and respect that, I want people to keep advocating for positive changes as long as they do so in a productive way and are respectful to the devs and themselves. I just want to pull back from that a little bit, at least for a few months. We've experienced a lot of growing pains in PokeMMO over the past 2 years or so. The game has changed a ton, and there's been a massive influx of players multiple different times over the past few years. We have learned a lot as a community, myself included. I feel like I've grown a ton, and I feel like I've changed my thought process more rapidly over the past 1 or 2 years than I did to the previous 4 years. And that leaves me excited to get back to focusing on PokeMMO, exploring money-making methods on my main account, and then preparing for Shiny Wars on my Ironman account. Something that shocked me with the recent Boycott video was how many new players I saw leaving comments being like, hey, I was really excited to play PokeMMO, and then this video bummed me out, which that is almost counterproductive to my mission. PokeMMO is still a fantastic, it's still the best Pokemon MMO by far, and in my opinion, the best Pokemon game. I don't want people to see the biggest content creator in the space constantly complaining about the game and then thinking the game is in a bad state because of that. It's in a not as good state as other areas, but it's still an amazing game. Once again, it's still the best Pokemon MMO and the best Pokemon game in my opinion by far. It's this constant battle of critiquing PokeMMO enough, but also not over critiquing it to the point of muddling my messages. And that's something I still have a lot to learn on, and I always appreciate your guys' patience and discussions and critique of me and my content as I hopefully get better and better at that. So thank you for your patience as I'm always trying to find that right balance. And finally, thank you for being a part of my journey within PokeMMO. You guys really inspire me to find new ways to love and appreciate this pretty damn cool, amazing game. And I hope to be a part of your guys' journey as well, shouting out your achievements in my showcases on stream, you know, following up with people, seeing what collections are being built up, and seeing new players go from 0 hours played to 300 hours played with millions of Pokeyen, shinies, and raid Pokemon ready to go. My favorite messages to see are people who message me and say, hey man, you really helped my PokeMMO onboarding process and you helped me get into the game with some of your early level guides. And that is just the only thing that I could ever hope for in this world. I cannot thank you guys enough. But with this all being said, I think that's enough yapping. Let's go actually play some PokeMMO. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here. I wanted to take this second to say thank you so much for watching the entire video. It is thanks to people like you I'm able to make the content that I do, as well as everybody whose name is listed here. That's it for me. Have a fantastic day.